Hi, everybody. I'm Harry Donahue, and welcome to the 2020 PGA Merchandise Show here on Inside Golf. We're in Orlando, Florida again. This is the 67th year of the Merchandise Show, and every year it gets bigger and, yes, better. We'll be back with a range of things going on inside the Orange County Convention Center. It's the PGA Merchandise Show. Next on Inside Golf.
Okay, that's enough. We're back in Washington.
Inside Golf is presented by Destination Montco Golf. 54 courses, 300,000 yards. Check them out at montcogolf.com. By the First Tee of Philadelphia. The First Tee helps young men and women become better golfers, but most important, better people. Get involved. Visit thefirsttphiladelphia.org. By the Golf Association of Philadelphia, GAP, celebrating amateur golf since 1897. By Jersey Man Magazine, it's a Jersey way of life. And by Philly Man Magazine, bringing it to Broad Street. By the Haverford Trust Company, quality is in our DNA. And by Inside Golf's partner since 1998, the Philadelphia Section PGA, experts in the game and business of golf. Take time to thank your local PGA golf professional.
Golf is the great equalizer. For many, this journey is an escape from reality, a chance to be part of a team, a career opportunity. PGA Reach impacts lives through golf by lifting people up, giving them hope, and sending them down an alternate path that they never saw coming. With PGA Reach Philadelphia, as in life and in golf, the most important shot you take is the next one.
When you think about your future, you have dreams. You want to succeed. That means achieving your goals, both big and small. At Citadel, we want to help you get there. We believe that success is achieved with the right plan, the right people, and the right determination. We're committed to your success, her success, and their success. Talk to us about how we can help you reach your goals. Citadel, banking with one focus, you.
Welcome back to Inside Golf as we overlook the entire 2020 PGA Merchandise Show in Orlando. And here at the Titleist exhibit, high atop it, I have a gentleman who needs no introduction to a golf audience, Michael Breed.
Harry, how are you? Good
Let's
to
get
see
this
you.
on.
Let's do this.
Hey, listen, Michael, good to see you again.
As well.
This guy brings more enthusiasm than 4 foursomes to the game of golf. I don't know how he does it, but he does. He's everywhere. He writes Golf Digest, books, TV work, Sirius XM, PGA Tour Radio every morning. I love it. Let me ask you a couple questions about what you do in terms of being a teacher. Guys like me, getting up there in age, getting up there in handicap all of a sudden. We don't hit it as far, or at least the ball doesn't go as far as we would like.
It seems to be closer to you after you hit it, right?
Exactly. You had to say that again, but it's true. First of all, is it a mind thing, or is it, like Hogan said, in the dirt?
Well, I think it's a lot of different things. I think obviously as we get older, our bodies don't quite function the way that they could, and I think that there are things that we can do to get in a little bit better condition. We can get to the gym a little bit more often. If you can't do that, maybe do some stretching or some yoga in the morning. Something, 10, 15 minutes, whatever it is always going to be a beneficial thing for you. So I think that's one thing. And I think the other thing that's happening is Titleist, for example, has a golf club now, their T400, where they have separated out some of the lofts. They've made the lofts a little bit straighter, and I'll explain this to you in a second so you get it. There's typically 4 degrees of loft between, say, your 8-iron and your 9-iron. And as people get older, those 9-irons and 8-irons start going similar distances. And so what they've done is they've juiced up the lofts a little bit, and they've done some through technology, been able to create a faster ball speed without losing all of the apexes and launch angles and everything that they need. And then what they've done is they've created broader lofts in between. So the pitching wedge loft might be 6 degrees now different than the 9-iron. And all of a sudden, we're back to hitting the golf ball with the distance that we're used to. And then putting in a softer shaft, a lighter shaft, so you can swing a little bit faster. I was just talking with Golf Pride about what they've done. They've actually created a lighter grip so that we can make this golf club a whole lot lighter so it can go a lot faster. So I can tell you, Harry, everything's okay. You're going to gain that distance back, I'm telling you.
I can sleep tonight.
Yes, you can. And tomorrow night, too.
Okay. Final question.
Yeah.
The year ahead, 2020. Are we going to see Tiger Woods break Sam Snead's record? They're tied right now. And can he do it again at Augusta in the first major, do you think?
Well, here's what I think. If you look at the schedule, the way what Tiger's going to play in this 2020 season, and there's a lot of little different things that are coming to the fore. Obviously, the Olympics. That decision will be made based on merit at the end of the U.S. Open. So that's a big deal, and that's something that Tiger's looking for. Comes around once every 4 years. He's 44 years of age now. Is he going to have a chance to make it when he's 48? That's likely not. Right now, he's inside the top 4, so that's something that he wants to pay attention to. I think he's going to play a fairly heavy schedule. The way I see it, between now and Masters, he's going to play a pretty thick schedule, maybe even 7 tournaments going up to the U.S. Open through the PGA. It's going to be a big sort of 4 or 5 months that he's going to play right here. So what do I expect to see? I think he's going to win API. I think he's going to win at Arnie's Place. I do think he's going to win and surpass that record. I don't know whether he's going to win at Augusta. I think Rory McIlroy is a guy who we're all looking at after the year that he had. And also, too, for that career Grand Slam, I think he's ready for this. Now, we'll see what ends up happening, obviously. But I think this Masters is sort of a Rory Masters. That does not mean that Tiger isn't going to get a win, and it doesn't mean that he won't win a major. I do think that he's going to contend in at least one of those, but I think he's going to pick up a win, and I think it's going to happen at Arnie's Place.
All I hope is Rory doesn't go to the 10th tee with about a 4-shot lead on Sunday, and all of a sudden sees nothing but the cabins down the left side, right?
Yeah.
Huh? That's a memory we don't want to relive, and especially he doesn't want to relive.
Back 9.
So 8 to 10 every morning on PGA Tour Radio, Sirius XM. You like being there every day? You got to show up even when you feel maybe like you're not on your game, but you're always on your game.
Well, you know what? It's fun to be able to bring guests and have them on and be able to give some insight to listeners. But one of the other things that I have not told you is that I've recently been signed with CBS Sports. I'm going to be doing a show on CBS Sports Net on Monday mornings from 11 to 12. It starts this coming Monday, the 27th, and then it re-airs again from 7 to 8 at night. So I'll be doing 35 shows there. And
mainly instruction-oriented or
a
whole hodgepodge?
All kinds of stuff. Yeah, we'll be able to do some instruction in a visual capacity. Obviously, we can't do that with SiriusXM, but we'll also be able to look at what's going on the PGA Tour, maybe break down some swings that are taking place out there on the PGA Tour, what's happening with the Ricky Fowler or whatever, what are the insights that we're gaining, just switch to a new coach, all that stuff. Wow. So we're going to be able to do that. So if you want to get a little bit of me, you can get me in a lot of different places. I promise you.
All things.
Please come and watch.
All things Breed. You know, you had Ponce de Leon with the Fountain of Youth, Dick Clark with American Bandstand, and Michael Breed with golf. This guy never gets old. What a pleasure.
Harry, always good to see you. Thank you so much for all the things that you're doing in the game of golf. We appreciate it.
Thank you, and good luck on that CBS show.
Thank you so much.
And our thanks to Michael Breed. All right, who's coming up next on Inside Golf? Find out in just a moment. We'll take a break and be back at the 2020 PGA Merchandise Show in Orlando.
Flexibility and getting ready to go.
Students in our program learn a lot about leadership and how to become a leader.
We have good cause. We've got great kids and people.
It teaches young people not only golf, but the life lessons that golf teaches us.
I've been a better person throughout my career in golf.
We're teaching kids how to be better kids, how to be better people, and to build better communities.
Respect, honesty, courtesy, integrity, judgment.
Not only does it give kids a jump start on the game of golf, but maybe a little bit of a jump start on the game of life.
This winter, when you make your weekend in Montgomery County, you'll make history. Make believe. Make the rounds. Make a statement. Make your head spin. Make a splash. Make some noise. Make it neat or make a mess. Just be sure to make room for a little more. This winter, make your weekend with $350 in discounts and $99 hotel deals. Make it Monco.com and make your weekend.
Well, everybody recognizes these two gentlemen. Scott Riley, head pro at Philly Country Club. Sean Palmer, director of golf for Union League at Tarsdale and also at Union League National. Sean, let me ask you, what do you come here for? I know you're here a lot, all right? And you don't sneak in here. Everybody knows you're here. What are you looking for when you come down to the merchandise show?
Well, we have our team comes down. It's a great way to get together with everyone. We have a whole agenda to see different merchandise vendors to make sure we're current with everything for fall 2021 or 2020 next year. And it's honestly a great way to connect with old friends, see what's new in the industry. And at the Union League, we're always trying to be cutting edge. So it's neat to see what's out there.
Okay, same question to you, Scott. What exactly do you get out of 2 or 3 days down here at the merchandise show?
Absolutely. Well, it's obviously, as Sean said, networking, but we can take advantage of specials that they have. So merchandise that we may need, like trophies. You know, we're doing a new range project, so we're looking at all the furnishings for that. And so when you actually get to see things, or looking at new scorecards or whatever it might be, you can touch, you can see a lot of different models. So when everything's laid out for you, it's much different than just looking at it in a catalog, and that really helps. So for us, it's taking advantage of buying opportunities and connecting, attending some great seminars. Titleist does some awesome things with seminars.
So if I could summarize, both you guys are working for your members down here. It's not all recreation, especially in the chill that's outside. Good to see you guys. Sean,
thank you.
Scott,
Thanks for being here.
Thank you. And, if you're from Philly Country Club, Union League Country Clubs, hey, these guys are down here working for you.
To be able to touch everybody that comes there that day and say hello to them, try to make a difference in their day, try to make their day better, from the kitchen staff to the valet staff, the caddies, the outside staff, and the people that get to play there. I mean, it's a privilege and it's an honor, and that's what I enjoy doing.
A couple of years ago, we caught up with Bob Ford, sort of a transplanted Philadelphian, born and raised, but up at the age of 17, and then off you went from, Conestoga High School, Bob?
I did. I went right to college, and my folks moved to Pittsburgh area when I graduated high school, so I did all my summers back in Pittsburgh, and, the Open was going to be at Oakmont 73, and I got to work there and start my relationship with Lou Worsham and Oakmont.
And you had the dual responsibilities, in addition to Oakmont being the head professional down at Seminole in Florida for a long time. You're still in that job as general manager as well. You were on a panel here today talking about the role of the PGA professional. You've seen it all. How much has it changed in your particular, perspective, what you used to do and what you are still doing now?
I get asked that question a lot, and I would say that it really hasn't changed much. The X's and O's hasn't changed. The emails and text, all of that has changed greatly, but really the X's and O's haven't changed.
2 more questions about Seminole. Ben Hogan used to go there to practice for Augusta. Was it just about the greens, or what else about Seminole got him ready to play in that event?
It was only his best friend in life, George Coleman, invited him down. He stayed at his house. He loved Seminole because there weren't many people there and people left him alone. But he went to see George Coleman.
Wasn't there a video of Hogan hitting golf balls into the ocean?
Well, it's a good story because there is, but one of the assistants in that era made copies of it and sold them and got fired for it.
Yeah, things have a way of happening along those lines. And you told the story about Seminole, 6 o'clock. Everybody's off the premises, not just off the golf course, but off the golf course.
Yeah, the valet guys have to be gone, the range guys, everybody has to be gone. It's amazing. Yeah.
You're amazing too, Bob. Thank you. Everybody in Philadelphia who remembers you wants to say their best, and thanks for joining us today. Rachel Riley from Valley Forge Tourism caught up with a notable Philadelphian, great quarterback with the Eagles in his day, and now in retirement, he's big time in the game of golf.
Thanks, Harry. Well, we're sorry we missed you. And look who I found here, the legendary Ron Jaworski. Thanks so much for being on the show, Ron.
Great to be with you. Harry, we miss you, but we've got a great backup.
Thank you, thank you. Now, Ron, you just got off the stage with another shark, Greg Norman. What was that experience like? 2 greats up on that stage, 2 great athletes. What was that experience like for you?
It was very cool because I've actually known Greg for a number of years, and he loves the game of golf, obviously one of the great players of all time, and we talked about the future of golf. and not only from course design, game development, but nutrition, and kind of the age of the present day golfer and how important conditioning is, because we see so many guys that walk up to the first tee, they touch their toes, and they think they're ready to play golf. And conditioning and nutrition are a very, very important part of that. So it's always good to be with Greg because you learn something new all the time.
Absolutely, and speaking of something new, so we've got a lot of great golf up in our region, in Philadelphia region, Jersey, of course, with your great courses, and Valley Forge in Montgomery County. What do you see changing, developing, growing in 2020 with golf?
It's fun, you mentioned the Valley Forge area, and Mike Bowman and Ed Harris. They do a tremendous job with the Valley Forge Convention Bureau of promoting the game of golf and showing that being outdoors and having fun competitively is a really good thing, And, I'm in the Downingtown area with the Downingtown Country Club, and, we share the same vision of how we can grow the game, how we can keep people active, how we can get more young people in the game, kids in the game, high school players in the game. So it's basically about growing the game.
And how do you see that game growing this year in 2020?
Well, actually, 2019 was really a good year in the golf industry. I know my 7 golf courses, 5 in New Jersey and 2 in Pennsylvania, we really had a strong year. And when we have a strong year, more people are working, more people are playing, and we can reinvest in our properties and continue to grow the game. And this show, you learn so much at this show. Attending this seminar, seeing all the cutting edge opportunities available in the business. And when you're running 40,000 people through a golf course every year, you got to keep changing. You can't keep doing the same old, same old. And what we leave here with a lot of ideas. Now, a lot of them are very expensive, so we don't use them all. But we like to bring new ideas back to particularly, the Valley Forge, Downingtown, South Jersey area.
Well, we look forward to seeing some of those ideas this year and years to come.
Oh, you will see them. My wife's taking notes now back there, so she's the creative one.
Well, thanks so much for being on the show, Ron.
Great to be with you guys. Take care, Hugh.
Harry, we're so bummed that we missed you, but thank you for the pleasure of getting to interview this great guy.
Thanks, Rachel. Thanks, Jaws. And glad, Rachel, you got an opportunity to finally meet number 7. All right, stay with us. More to come from Orlando. We're going to take a break and then be back, though, with our teed-off panel.
The coverage. Well, you better get used to that, because that's the coming thing. They want control.
Welcome back. Inside Golf continues with our teed-off panel, and we are assembled today at the beautiful new clubhouse in Upper Dublin Township, Montgomery County, at Lulu Country Club. It is spectacular. They have risen from the ashes of a devastating fire about 4 years ago, but what they have here is, well, beyond belief. Beautiful is one word that comes to mind. To find out more, how you can become a member here at Lulu, go to their website. It is simple, Lulu, LULUCC.com. Joining us today from the Philadelphia section, PGA of America, where he serves now as the new Director of Communications, Matt Fry. Good to see you, Matt.
Thank you for having me here.
Oscar Mestre, he's the Vice President, Golf Association of Philadelphia, member of Overbrook. He is a past winner, this most recent season, of the Senior Player of the Year. How about you? You don't even look like a senior, huh?
Thank you, Harry. Great to see you.
You're a sandbagger when it comes to your age, I think. And I want to say the same thing about you, partner. I've known this guy for a long time.
I don't look senior?
He is a senior, but he's proud of it. Joe Logan, myphillygolf.com. Matt, you're in communications. The way we see golf through the eyes of CBS television changed a little bit this year in terms of their lineup of commentators. Gone now after, I think, combined close to 65 years working with CBS on all of their telecast, Peter Costas and also Gary McCord. They were, for years, sort of outliers in some of the things, especially Gary. But for some reason, CBS said, we've seen enough of you two. And Costas was a little bit, I don't want to say upset, but he kind of let some things out of the bag that people didn't know about the way CBS does a telecast, saying there's too much interference from the tour. So his parting shot was more than just a shot. First of all, what do you think about the changes? Is it going to help CBS?
It's a good question. I think it's a little early to tell. I think some of their new folks in there, like Amanda Balionis, who's actually a local person. She's from the Lancaster area. I think she's wonderful. I think she does her job very well. You know, I think we'll see on Davis Love III and some other folks that they've gotten in there. I was disappointed to see them let Peter Kostis go. I think he did a very good job, particularly with the swing analysis. So I guess we'll see. Can't hurt, right?
Oh, well, I don't, if you're Gary McCord and Costas, it hurts a little bit in the pocketbook. I don't know. Oscar, how about you? I mean, I'm sure you've followed their careers on CBS, and now they're not going to be there. Davis Love, a little quiet, little low key, especially compared to Gary. Trevor Immerman and his brother, who, you know, I never heard of before. I'm not sure what that's all about.
And you know what? And I think any change is always difficult. So understanding that we have to give them the benefit of the doubt, but I would say that nothing against the quality of the people. Those are very high quality people, very good players. As I said, as you said, Trevor's brother, I don't really know much about, but accomplished players. But I don't know. Are they bringing extra eyeballs to the TV, to the tour? I don't see it as of yet. And I know they said they made a big announcement about trying to get younger. Well, I mean, no offense, but you know, Davis Love is younger, but he's not young. So I'm not sure what demographics he brings. But I think it's yet to be determined.
Yet to be determined is a good way to say it. Yeah. Here's my thing about commentators, whether it's football or basketball or golf in this case. Do people tune in to see the competition or to listen to the guys or women that are describing it? You know, how much do you think, and this goes both ways, so people who say, well, who cares? I'm there to see who won the tournament and what kind of shots they made as opposed to who's describing it. Do you know my point, Joe?
I do.
Yeah, is it that important, I guess?
I mean, I think most people tune in to watch the tournament and certain players. I don't know anybody who tunes in to watch CBS or NBC, although everyone pretty much has a favorite. You know, they think NBC does it better, or like Johnny Miller or whatever, or Paul Azinger now.
Right.
As far as CBS,
I noticed you didn't mention Nick Faldo, but go ahead.
Faldo.
Six-time major winner, but that's okay.
Yet to see how CBS has improved their situation by adding these people.
And McCord was irreverent. You know, I don't think there's ever been anybody in any sport, maybe Dick Vitale, but you know, that act is worn a long time ago to me. But
yeah, me too.
McCord was, you know, he lost his job at the Masters a few years back because of a couple things he said, right? So you never knew what you're going to get from McCord.
Yeah, Faraday has a similar irreverence, but I agree. I mean, I don't know if they're trying to sanitize.
Would you rather see more of like Gary McCord, or at least a gentle mix?
I think a mix. But I was, as you were framing that question, I kept thinking, most of the time, I may be listening to it without a volume. Mm-hmm. I'm just watching, you know, the golf. I'm not necessarily listening to, except for the Masters, just because Jim Nance's, the background music and Jim Nance's voice somehow helps frame that event.
Unlike any other.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say one of the funny things about Costas's complaint was that he thinks the tour is interfering too much in the coverage. They want people like him to ask certain questions. Well, you better get used to that, because that's the coming thing. They want control. They don't like, you know, other people having control. But what the tour does pales in comparison to what the Masters does. Augusta National. Have you ever noticed that they call them patrons instead of spectators? That's because that's dictated by Augusta National.
It's the only event where there are patrons, not spectators.
Everything. CBS has been on a series of one-year contracts. That's called a short leash.
That is. We're on a short leash here, too, at Inside Golf. For our patrons' sake and for your sake, we're going to have to bid adieu to Teed Off, and we'll be back with more of Inside Golf in just a moment.
Everyone is looking for something. Consistency, quality, peace of mind. Found. The Haverford Trust Company.
Well, that's going to do it for this week's edition of Inside Golf from the PGA Merchandise Show in Orlando. You know, for most people, no matter how long they've played the game or will play the game, the one thing they get out of it is how many new people they meet, friends for life in many circumstances. And here at the Merchandise Show, it seems every year, it may be the only time of the year that we see them, but we kind of reunite, exchange pleasantries, and find out what's going on in their life and what's going on in their game of golf. It's something special. All right, I'm Harry Donahue. Remember, no matter how bad it's going for you out there, don't pick up. And we'll see you next time on Inside Golf.
Inside Golf is presented by Destination Montco Golf. 54 courses, 300,000 yards. Check them out at montcogolf.com. By the First Tee of Philadelphia. The First Tee helps young men and women become better golfers, but most important, better people. Get involved. Visit thefirstteephiladelphia.org. By the Golf Association of Philadelphia, GAP, celebrating amateur golf since 1897. By Jersey Man Magazine, it's a Jersey way of life. And by Philly Man Magazine, bringing it to Broad Street. By the Haverford Trust Company. Quality is in our DNA. And by Inside Golf's partner since 1998, the Philadelphia Section PGA, experts in the game and business of golf. Take time to thank your local PGA golf professional.